today's Pick a Card reading, we're going to go over, is it time to leave or is it worth it to stay? This is regarding your relationship. It can be an actual relationship, although that is the implication of this reading, although it also can resonate to friendships or any kind of partnerships, maybe work partnerships. And if you've been around, you can feel free to skip right to your reading and I'll see you there. If you're brand new to this channel, I warmly welcome you to this community. My name is Jacey. I'm an energy reader, and this channel is all about connecting with your highest divine self. If you're also completely new to pick a card readings on this YouTube land, all you have to do is pick a number over here, pile number 2 or pile number 3, whatever deck you are drawn to or whatever number you're drawn to, then go down to the description box below, click on the timestamp that you've chosen, and that is where your reading will start today. And without further ado, let's start with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. What is going on? How are we all doing? Thank you so much for letting me read for you guys today. Let's find out, is it over? Is it time to break up? And should you stay? Immediately, you know, there is a lot of reminiscing type of energy, but let's get the full picture. All right, pile number 1, you know what I'll do for you? I think I'll just describe to you in detail what each different outcome looks like for you, and you can decide if you want to stay or not, because I feel like pile number 1, you guys have the ability, or you have the option to choose. Right now, it's like a soft invitation for you guys to look inwards, and it's a soft invitation for you guys to, I feel like there's a few little nuggets of wisdom to be obtained here. So let's start with, I asked the question, is it over? And we got memories of love, victory, and success. What's keeping you guys, I'm gonna forget something, so I need to make some notes because I pulled out a lot of things for you guys. One sec. Right, so I'm so glad I'm writing. So pile number 1, it'll come back to me. I forgot what I asked for that. So this one, pile number 1, is it over? We got memories of love, victory, and success. So you guys are reminiscing on the good times. You guys are both still living in the past, essentially, to keep it blunt and straightforward. You guys are holding on to what had been. You guys are holding on to what it was in the past, so it's not really how it is now. Maybe you guys are learning about each other that you're not so fond of or not so keen on anymore, because you're learning new things and new aspects about each other, and it's things that you didn't know before. And so now you have new information that maybe you don't like, or whatever it is occurring these days that you no longer are truly agreeing with. And so both of you are holding on to the good times that is in the past. But the thing is, these things are in the past. Are you having a good time now is the real question. So if you're constantly not having a good time now, then I feel like your answer is clear, but we're going to go into way more details and in-depth into what the frick is going on with this connection. To me, it's really simple, but let me continue for you guys. Again, I just want to harp on the fact that you guys are in the moment of loving what had been, and loving what all the memories that you guys have accumulated together. And it's a reminiscing type of energy when it comes to you guys holding on to whatever it is that you guys are holding on to. So shadow, there's a lot of shadow work to be done here. It's a moment where both of you need to take it easy. It's not a time to do any kind of action. Like, both of you have a lot of inner work to do, because this has triggered a lot of inner demons that you didn't realize existed and that maybe you even forgot about. But you guys have come to this stage where both of you guys are triggering each other, and all the demons are coming out of the closet in a sense. So this can translate into someone just, I feel like both of you are trauma responding in a way, and that every time, you know, in the perfect scenario, of course this is easier said than done, but every time something comes up, it's time to really reflect, and it's not the time to argue, because when you feel triggered, that is just spirit saying that, hey, you should look at that. That's something that need to be cleared out. Let's banish the darkness and the demons out of your life, because that is something that, a weight that has been holding on to your spiritual body for a long time. So that's why these people come into your life, is to trigger the demon so that you can look it in the eyes and tell it to just transmute into the light. So we have suffering in silence and emotional loss. And we got these cards when I had asked if what it would look like if you guys stayed. So I feel as though, because there's so much freaking demons that are being surfaced, I just feel this revolving door of just demons and just denser spiritual bodies just coming out of you as you continue to interact with this person. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person you're inquiring about, was a trigger point in your path in this lifetime. And that is such a blessing. This beautiful being of a person, you'll definitely disagree with me on that, but I'm calling this person a beautiful divine counterpart of a soulmate that has come to your in your path to help unlock this really stiff door of this cage that has been, you know, locking all these locked up demons and darker entities that need to come out. And it took that person to trigger that in you in such a deep level for you to be open to their energy, to allow his or her energy to open that stiff freaking cage door, so that, you know, this person helped you bring all these demons out so that it can be permanently. So if you were to stay, I feel like, because the purpose of this connection was to unlock all these stiffer, darker entities, that the human side of you will hold resentment for this person, and it's just deeper and deeper, and it's just going to be harder and harder. And I feel like the purpose of this connection is to do exactly that. Anything beyond that is just based off of willpower. It's not really, dare I say, it's not, I want to say it's not meant to be, but it's not impossible for you guys to continue onward. But there's a lot of healing. It's going to require a lot of work. And I feel like for a few number of you guys, pile number one, yes, you can stay together and you're meant to stay together. But if that is the life you are choosing to live, though, and this will make more sense as we get on to the next part of your reading, because so let me just wrap this message up though. Yeah, so if you stayed, I feel as though, yeah, look at the eyes of resentment in this guy. There's all the pain that you've experienced with this person. You know, it's going to be relatively difficult to let it go, and I'm not sure if your person has a level of communication and maturity to help you work through this, because they are also going through their own version of this. It's quite a mirror situation. So I'm not yeah, so, you know, I said what I said, and I'll leave it at that. Suffering in silence. So both of you guys are, I'm not sure what kind of dynamic you guys have for each other, but it's the type of dynamic that makes you feel alone, kind of sad in a way. And I've been in those situations as well, so I get it. But let's see. Let me put my paper down. So what does the path look like if they were to stay together? I just want to get more messages around that topic, because I feel like some of you guys want that. So it's going to take extreme dedication. So it is a possibility. I feel like some of you guys, a few number though, not most of you, not so much, but a few number of you guys, there is a sliver of hope. Absolutely. it does require both of you guys to recommit yourself to the relationship though, and to have an open, honest conversation about what that looks like and what they are going through. And also on top of that, which I feel like would already be difficult enough for the situation that I'm reading into, is for you guys to work on each little nugget of trauma that has surfaced together. So one at a time, both of you guys have a pile of shit, excuse me, to work on. You both have a pile of yarn to work on one at a time, and it's this tedious. So say you, like, your person triggers this thing about you, you're gonna have to sit down and talk about that trigger, and so many trigger points are going to happen, and you're gonna have to unravel. Why won't it focus? And you're gonna have to unravel each yarn ball. Each yarn ball is representing each trauma point that you guys trigger in each other. You guys are both gonna have to work on unraveling each one. It's going to be like a lot of work to be done, a lot of inner work. So when you trigger something in them where you're gonna have to talk about it, you're gonna have to really transmute it together. This is a teamwork thing, okay? And there's a lot to work on, if that makes sense. So when you pull out this green one in the back, it's gonna freaking be a few week-long process of you unraveling the yarn. It could be just a few days, you know, if you guys have the time and, you know, have the energy to talk it out. And it's not even just about talking it out, it's about working on it. And, you know, I'm not a licensed therapist to really say what the working on it looks like, but I feel like as an energy reader, there's a lot of work to be done. And if you guys are both recommitting to each other and want to do this together, it's not going to feel like work. It's going to feel like you are growing together and maturing together, and the love is going to feel so much stronger, and the bond is going to be even more together. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. So just to wrap up that message of your reading, that part, there's more that we're going to get into, but the Hierophant, so this is all about learning and teaching and growing. So it's someone that has gone through it, and, you know, you're recommitting to each other. It's really cute, actually. You need to, both of you need to let your guards down and let each other in again and recommit to the purpose. Learn and grow from the situation together. So as for the majority of you guys in pile number 1, if you guys were to move on, what is it going to look like? I'm telling you right off the bat that in the long run, it's going to be amazing. You're going to have financial growth. You're going to have friendship growth. You're going to have network growth. I feel like growth on all freaking departments, and I'm getting shivers up my spine about this message. It's going to feel it's going to feel juicy, and it's going to feel so bright, optimistic. I am seeing just radiant rainbows and sunshines when it comes to after the fact, you know. Okay, so that's the insanely good news that is surfacing when it comes to you guys breaking up and actually making the decision to move on. I see really good things that are over the horizon, and I say over the horizon because there is quite a little bit of a stump to get past, because of course it's gonna be heartbreak. This was a soul deep connection. This was a connection that was so pivotal in your life, and you truly cared about this person. You loved this guy, you love this girl. It's going to feel, you're going to have to go through a healing process for sure, and that's only natural, and that makes you human. And you know what that says about you? It says that you cared and you have so much love to give, and it's a confirmation that you have the ability to love someone that deep. Is it harder to stay? Yes, it's actually harder to stay. If we look at these imageries back here, if you were to stay, it's going to be harder than if you were to move on and overcome the loss of your partner that you know took seriously. Your intuition will guide you after the healing process. that your intuition will guide you through the healing process and towards this. Why do I want to say the word fame? Why do I want to say the word prosperity? You guys are going to be successful. It's going to be just this whirlwind of a good time. After some moments of healing, after some moments of gathering yourself again, but it's absolutely doable. So I hope this made sense. There was a lot of elements. Feel free to rewind back to the different points of this whole spread, because I feel like, you know, even after everything that I've said, you do have the option, like I was saying about potentially staying and needing to work through it. You guys have the option of doing that. There is a slight nudge for you to take the path that maybe you already know that you should take, because the horizon is extraordinarily vibrant and bright for you guys. So that's all I have for you guys, pile number 1. I hope you liked it. If you did, help me boop that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. How are we all doing? Let's find out if it's over, or if you should break up, or if it's actually a good thing to stay in your relationship. As I was saying in the intro, it can be, this is more implications of it being a romantic relationship, although this can also apply to friendships or business partnerships or any kind of relationship that you are inquiring about. If you're looking for a private reading, I offer that in one-on-one Zoom readings for now, and I do pre-recorded readings and also written readings, and it's all listed in my Etsy shop below. So, pile number 2, is it over for them? Okay, your spread, pile number 2, is so interesting. So I did the same spread for pile number 1. Let me paint the picture for you guys. I think it's pretty obvious what you guys need to do, because, okay, let's just work through it. I'll explain everything to you guys, and I feel like you'll know what your decision should be. So this corner over here talks about, is it over? No, it's not over. That's the short answer. It's not over. I feel like there is an ability, there is a moment of opportunity. This is a moment of opportunity. That's why maybe you guys feel unstable, because it feels like the energies are shifting, and it truly is shifting. And it's a time to reassess, refresh the energy, to recommit to each other. And you guys have the strength and desire and destiny on your side to recommit. Do I see both of you guys, or maybe one of you guys, have options? Yes, but are they going to do it? I don't feel so. The energy is there, and maybe that's sparking some insecurity for one or the other. So the opportunity is there to move forward and for it to stay together. Is it over? No, it's not. So the element of self-reflection and what you both need to work on is continue to approach this relationship in a fun, and, you know, I feel like lately it has gone a little bit too serious, you know, and maybe it's easier said than done, because I don't know what you guys are going through, but I feel like what you guys are going through is that it's just going a little bit too fast, and one of you guys or both of you guys are freaking out. So what needs to happen is you guys need to focus on having good times together and trust that it's going to work out, because I feel like you guys are going to work out. Bring the full energy into the relationship. So that's being playful, that's being spontaneous. And the 3 of Cups is about fun and celebration. So you have both cards that really are emphasizing to keep it light, especially in this time of, I don't know, attention. I don't know what it is. I don't feel that I need to look into exactly what you guys are going through, but the energy is all the same. So let's see. In this section over here, we have what it looks like if you guys were to stay. And I feel like you guys will learn a lot. I feel like you guys will gain a lot of wisdom. You guys will grow stronger together. And I feel as though you guys are going to continue creating beautiful memories together. It's going to be this treasure. Like, I feel like in 8 years. For some reason I'm seeing the number 8, but in 8 years you guys are gonna have this treasure chest of trinkets and memories, and you guys are collecting. You guys are still collecting the yarn balls of moments together and memories. You guys are still in the process of cultivating, and you forever actually will. It's never going to end with you guys. And that's what makes it so fun and unique and special. You guys are continuously going to have fun and create memories together. I feel like the chapter is not over yet. Yeah, and and how to break through any moments of tension or stagnancy is to refocus the energy back into the fun times that you guys have had together, or create new fun memories together. That is the solution here. And however you want to bring it up to your partner, you know, just suggest something fun, you know, be the initiator of doing something that will lighten the mood and bring smiles to your face again, you know, surprise them with something, or however you guys want to do it, however it resonates. Okay, so, and if you don't want to be the initiator, then encourage a good time. So it's like, hey, I wanted to go to the aquarium. Let's go to the aquarium. Like, book us tickets. Let's go. I'm free this day. You know, stuff like that. This is one of many examples. And then over here, we have, I was kind of confused about this. It's confusing because I don't feel like it's meant to be. What I asked for this over here was, not these cards. Let's keep it separate. If you guys were to actually move on and have a clean break and no longer see each other anymore. Yeah. So, honestly, this is still confusing to me. So, it's hilarious. When I was pulling these cards, I got the message that he or she is going to want to win you back. So, it's like this never-ending loop. If you guys stay together, it's what's meant to be. If you guys break up, it's going to come back together anyway. You guys are meant to stay together. So I almost want to just end it there because it's a very straightforward message, but let me just get you for entertainment purposes, I will explain to you what will happen if you guys were to break up. Although I don't feel like that's meant to happen. You guys are going to try to focus on your career and try not to think about each other. But then one or the other person is going to want to text you, is going to want to do something with you, is going to want to interact with you one way or another. And you're not going to be able to get each other out of each other's minds. You both are going to see each other as someone that is kind of, because if you were to break up, which I don't think you guys will, both of you are gonna do this weird thing of putting each other on a pedestal. So both of you are doing the same thing, like, and they're gonna be like, wow, like, I love that person. That person is still so amazing in my eyes. I don't want to let them go, or like, I want to pursue them again. And Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So I think, yeah, you guys are both going to do your best to try to focus on your career and do the career focus path thing. And I'm saying it in such a silly way because it's like you guys are just trying to kid yourselves. You guys aren't going to it's like this, I guess this is what we're supposed to do, you know, like we broke up, so let me just refocus my energy back into work, I guess. And at the same time, but in your heart, you're still thinking about them. In your heart, you still long for them. And in your heart, you still want to play with them. You still want to F with them. You know, they see you as someone that they think is everything since sliced bread. They think that you're everything that they could ever hope and dream for. Ace of Wands. Yeah, they're still gonna think about you, especially, you know, throughout the day and at night. It's gonna be a constant situation. So I think your answer is pretty straightforward here, pile number 2. I don't even know what you're doing here. You're strengthening bonds. Okay, so that's the wrapper-upper message for you guys, pile number 2, is that you guys are quite in the middle of your path. So you've come to this point, you have been walking together for a while, and you guys are opening this new doorway of a new path, a new gateway of energy. So you guys are meant to continue this path together into this, I guess, forest in this case, metaphorically. So that's reading pile number 2. I hope you liked it. I really enjoyed reading for you guys. I love reading this deck, this kitty deck especially. So help me boot that like button if you liked it, and consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you in another one. Bye for now. Pile number 3, how are we all doing? Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you guys today. Let's find out, is it over? Is it time to break up, or is it a good idea to stay? If you guys are looking for a private reading, I offer one-on-one readings right now on Zoom, and I also do pre-recorded readings and written readings. They're all listed in my Etsy shop in the description box below. So, pile number 3, is it over? All right, pile number 3. So I did this layout for all of the piles, and we have a lot of things to go over here. You guys, just like pile number 1, although the energy is completely different, but like pile number 1, you guys have the option to stay. Will it be productive? Actually, yeah, it would be. But let me describe and explain everything to you, and then you guys can make your decision, you know, with the wisdom that we have in front of us. So this pile over here is it over? And the short answer is, why I say maybe, because I feel as though you already know the answer, and you know, if you really want me to say the likely path, I'm gonna say the likely path is yes, it is likely over. There is a path and chance for it to continue, but I'll get to that, you know, when we get to that. And why I say maybe and why I say likely yes is because you have this path. This man over here is letting go of this beautiful butterfly. That is you. You guys experience what you guys experience, and now your path is meant to be on its way to another situation. And butterflies, animals, they go with the flow. They're very in tune with nature and the rhythms of life and nature itself. So you guys will just, if you'll feel like you're flowing away from your person, awaiting results. Are you guys waiting for something? Waiting for them to communicate? Waiting for something? And literally you guys have the flow card. Oh my gosh. So feel into what feels easier for you. Does it feel hard to stay in it? Does it feel easier to stay in it? You know, is there unfinished business? Is there stuff that you guys need to talk about? Is there anything that, whatever feels like it makes sense to you, I feel like that is the path to take. I feel like of all 3 piles, you guys are the most spiritual pile. It was very black and white for pile number 1 and pile number 2. So if you wanted a clear answer, then maybe pick between pile number 1 and pile number 2. But pile number 3, you guys are highly spiritual. This connection is spiritual too. And you guys have the soul maturity, and you guys have the wisdom and spiritual, I want to say advancement. You guys are old souls, that's what I'm trying to say. To be able to discern what is the right path to take. Healing begins. So that is in the placement in the spread where the self-reflection and what both parties need to work on is to heal from, you know, there are a lot of greens in here, and I'm really drawn to the greens in your spread. So whatever has happened is almost besides the point. What's happening energetically is that your heart and the highest spirit is asking you to open up energetically to the healing energies of God. Whoever your source is, you know, source, universe, planet Earth, whoever it is, God is asking you to open up your vessels for him to enter into your body, so that healing can happen, so that you can be transmuted into the next best thing that you're meant to live into in this path. So over here we have the placement of what it looks like if you were to stay in the relationship. What that looks like is that you guys will, it's interesting. I feel like it's mostly you, but it could be the other person, it could be both of you, that you're not even gonna feel like you want to be engaged into the relationship, because I see detachment. You're just gonna let things be and let things happen. And I feel like some of you guys are already in that energy of not wanting to not wanting to engage in the relationship or with that person very much. Like, you just feel detached, you don't feel like you're into it. You know, you're gonna want to spend more time connecting to God anyway, because Source, the universe, wants to connect with you now, and you cannot, it's hard to ignore. You know, you have rest and rejuvenate. So if you were to stay in the relationship, what's going to happen anyway is you feeling like you're going to want to detach from it anyway. And then you're going to want to recover so that you can heal. And I see this ray of light coming in. You're going to feel drawn to looking inwards and connecting to Source. You know, you're going to be inspired to do other things. You know, you're going to take the leadership role of your own life. You're going to want to do your own thing. It feels like a selfish energy, a very self-loving energy. It's going to feel like you're going to want to just be yourself if you were to stay in the relationship. You're going to want to change the focus, and it's up to the person if they want to keep up with you or not. You're kind of, I feel like there's the energy of not you really caring anymore as much as you did before, maybe. And over here we have all the cards that paints a lovely picture for me to describe to you guys what it looks like if you guys were to move on and break up. And I can't help but to notice that it's quite positive. You guys have joy and stability. You guys have finding balance. You guys have movement. You guys have simple, clean, pure love. It honestly looks like a good time, pile number 3. And I feel like you already know that. You already have, because you guys, pile number 3, are the spiritual gang here for this reading specifically. People that chose pile number 3 is the spiritual, psychic, intuitive bunch. And if you guys were to move on from this connection, from this relationship, even if it's just momentarily, it can be momentarily. I feel that for some of you guys, actually. It's a momentary break from the relationship. And for a lot of you guys, though, if you were to move on from this relationship completely, cut ties, it's going to look like a lot of fun is about to enter your life. You're going to attract bigger and better things. This person almost feels like that they're gonna block your blessings in a way. So when you let go and release this person, you're gonna get to experience all these amazing experiences that you're meant to experience in this lifetime. You're gonna feel more balanced. You're gonna feel more grounded. And I can totally relate. Some people that, you know, we get into relationships with, that I have gone into relationships with, and they completely unground me. I feel like I'm just completely out of control in a bad way. It just feels like my life is downgraded. It feels like it's a mess. And then after I break up with them, I have to put my life back together. But after it's back in order and back in place, and I feel grounded and balanced in my own life, it's so much better than any possibility of the path that I could have taken with that person. So in that sense, pile number 3, this is where you're at as well with this. You're going to feel movement. You're going to be attracting different energies and individuals that is in more alignment to you as a person. And you're going to feel a much pure, a more divine, pure love in your journey ahead when you decide to move on and break up from this connection. The love that you're meant to experience is not complicated, it's not chaotic, it's pure, it's stable, it's the type of love that this father and son has for each other. It's simple. The word here, keyword is simple, and love. Simply love. It doesn't have to be so dense. You know, love is meant to be pure and uplifting. So if you're experiencing anything but that, then you got to really look at it and see what's really going on. So that is your reading, pile number 3. I hope that answered your question. If you liked it, help me boop that like button and consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye for now.